Dean will have the story of John Masterson in just a few minutes. He's the teacher who got Mason Campbell to put the gun down. But there are two other school workers who did something remarkable that day that you may not have heard about. News 13's Emily Younger was there, has their story. She's live in Roswell.
Yeah, Jessica, these two people have not shared their story ever before because they didn't want to be in the spotlight. But if you ask anybody at this school, they'll tell you they're a pair of unsung heroes.
He was actually laying in a pool of blood, and I knew something had to be done. Something had to stop the bleeding.
Kevin Hayes is the security guard at Berindo Middle School. 1 year ago today, he became a hero.
When I looked up, I actually saw him put the gun down, raised his hands up.
Hayes was on duty in the gym.
I was almost in the middle, just beyond the bulldog,
When 12-year-old Mason Campbell opened fire into the bleachers, hitting Kendall Sanders in the arm and Nathaniel Tavares in the face and chest. Sherry Armbruster, a Berindo language arts teacher, witnessed it all.
He was bleeding profusely, and I just picked him up in my arms and said, "Mama wants to be here for you. Mama wants to hold you, and right now I'm going to be Mama until she gets here."
While Armbruster held Nathaniel tight, Hayes applied pressure to his wounds.
His face was basically, gone. I had nothing with me, so I actually took my hands. I put one under his head and one over his face and tried to stop the bleeding.
Nearly 20 minutes passed before emergency crews arrived. While the pair waited, they did everything they could to keep Nathaniel alive.
And he was breathing real labored, and it got real slow, and then it stopped.
The two thought they'd lost the 12-year-old boy, but then
Kind of shook him a little bit and brought him up to me and just loved on him a little bit more, and he started breathing again.
today, Nathaniel calls the pair his heroes, and they call him their inspiration.
Now, both Nathaniel and Kendall still go to Berindo Middle School. Nathaniel was homeschooled last year by Mrs. Armbruster. Now, coming up tonight at 10, you'll hear from Nathaniel about what happened that day and his close relationship with the shooter.
I'm not mad at him. I'm just really disappointed, knowing that he was my best friend.
We'll have that story and why Nathaniel says it's still difficult to walk through these doors.